Hari Om children, I am back with another very interesting story for all of you. Let me take you down south to this beautiful luscious green Kerala and the beautiful temple of Guruvayurappan in Guruvayur. Before we begin today's story, you should know how the temple of Guruvayur was established by the Vayu Bhagavan and the Guru of the Devas, Brihaspati. If you haven't watched it yet, please click on the link below. Watch that story as well. Now let's continue with today's story. Guruvayurappan, as he is called, or Kochu Kutti Guruvayurappan, who resembles baby Krishna, is loved by many people. He has fans all over the world. Today, we are going to talk about one of his fans, or an ardent devotee called Gururamma. This story is set in the 1500s, when transportation wasn't as developed as it is today, and people had to travel mostly by walk to see the temples or visit each other. Gururamma lived in a small village near Guruvayur, and she had to cross a jungle to come to the temple. Despite that, and being very old and weak, she still used to travel to the temple twice a day. One such day, she came in the late evening and was there till the doors of the temple were being closed. Just about when she was ready to leave, it started pouring heavily. You all can imagine how heavy the rains in Kerala can be. It was pouring. She looked up the sky and realized it's not going to stop raining for another 3-4 hours, and she didn't have a choice but to walk back home. This frail, weak old lady, taking the help of her walking stick, started walking towards her home. She entered the jungle. The thick forest made visibility even difficult. She was unable to see what was ahead of her, and by mistake she took the wrong route. She entered the dense part of the jungle where there were wild animals, and all of a sudden she could only hear the sounds of the wild animals, the crickets, the bats, the roaring of the wild animals. She got scared and she started chanting Guruvayurappa, 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 and all of a sudden she heard a sound. "Oi, Pati! Grandmother, where are you going there? Do you want to be killed?" She wondered who it was, but she couldn't see properly. And then finally the figure came near her. It was a small boy. Must have been a shepherd, thought Gururamma. He asked her, "Why are you going that way? You will get killed by the wild animals. Don't you want to live?" She said, "Ada Kanna, I'm unable to see. I took the wrong route. Can you help me and take me to my house on the other side?" He said, "Okay, come, hold my hand," and held on to her hand tightly and slowly took her to her house. After reaching the house, Gururamma felt like giving something to him. Children, she herself was a very poor lady. She hardly had anything in the house. But like they say, you don't need to have everything to have the heart to give. You may have everything but no heart, but nothing and a big heart to give people. That's how Gururamma was. She felt like giving something to him, so she asked him, "I feel like giving something to you. What do you want? Ask." He said, "I don't want anything. I just want to go back." "I know, but I feel like giving something to you. Tell me, no?" He said, "Okay, my clothes are all wet. Can you give me a cloth?" She just had one more sari with her. So she tore it apart. It was a red color sari. She tore it apart and gave it to him. He wiped himself and walked away. She slept, and early morning the next day, she was back in the temple for the 3 o'clock Suprabhata Seva. She didn't feel tired, or she didn't feel like it's okay, I've anyway come home late, it's okay if I miss Now, the temple visit and go in the evening. That's not what she thought. She was still back in the temple by 3 a.m. And after the Suprabhadam, the temple doors were opened. The sight was magnificent. The Kutti Kochu Guruvayurappan with his kutti feet, small nails painted, and a lovely gold pile around his feet, lovely chains around his neck, including the tiger nail necklace, and lovely bracelets and bangles around his hand, and beautiful face, Kasturi Tilakam and kajal around his eyes, lovely smile on his face, and curly hair around his forehead. Lovely kirita was also there with the beautiful peacock feather. The description of Krishna was not over, because all of a sudden everybody gave a shocking look. What was it? The red cloth around the waist of Guruvayurappan. That was not there last night when we closed the door. How come it's there now? And the cloth looks very old. Guru Ramma, who was watching this, had tears rolling down her eyes because she recognized her sari that she had given to the shepherd boy the previous night. She cried and she said, Guruvayurappa, I didn't recognize you in the form that you came. I am so sorry. Do you have to come looking like Krishna in front of me? You came as a shepherd boy and I didn't recognize you. I'm really sorry. As tears rolled down Guru Ramma's eyes, everybody came to know of what had happened the previous day. And everybody started chanting loudly, Krishna, Guruvayurappa, Narayana, and were in ecstasy. To date, as a recognition of Guru Ramma's devotion, a red piece of cloth is given to everybody as a prasadam. Children, devotion in pure terms just means putting your heart to Him. It doesn't mean you have to go and pour lots of money, donation, and give various material things to Him. If your mind is just constantly devoted to Him, He will accept it and show His blessings to you in different ways. I hope you find your true devotion to your favorite God and receive His blessings every day. Do let me know if you like this story. I will come back with another one very soon. Hari Om.